But there has been a trace of his most recent activity. Where you are going now, the detention bog. Your professor Veralda had a theory that needs to be tested, and with the aid of the Dragon's Guard, they are handling that task around the outer rim of Witherbloom campus. It is due to this, short staffing of Strixhaven faculty members that you all and your group were tasked with the aid of safeguarding Lila Iridos, as while she is on paper completing part of her thesis task, you are all to assist her, but while also doing an investigation as to what exactly the traces being detected in the detention are. This is a reconnaissance mission disguised as, official school duties. And now we get back to you all, as, I am kind of hoping somebody at least told Sid about what happened last time, or the VOD was watched, because, it's not a lot. I basically said most of those done. Anyways, the party is gathered once again by Arkin Menexus, your peppy professor who is overseeing this general task. As he sees that Lila is done with her speech, he raises his arms and calls for the rest of the students to stand up and gather. And by rest of the students, we mean the rest of the students in detention, as they all individually stand up before they come to approach. Arkin will tell you all, or will actually ask you all. So how much do you already know about what you are tasked to do today? Just a general refresher, tell me what you don't know, what you do know. Protect Jesus and keep people safe. That's all. No, essentially, it is that. Okay. So you're informed of the basics then. Alright. Well, gather around, students. This is the second part of your current rehabilitation, as to be explained by moi. As the students gather, they come to face Arkin, as you are all also tasked to help with this. And this random unnamed student. Essentially, just to refresh you all, because, it has been over a month IRL. Veralda Lang had tasked you all with being detention monitors, specifically for a task that is to be completed by the students sent to detention as part of their, rehabilitation and, general detention activities. Arkin would continue to explain, which I will just tell you all in concrete terms right here, so it's clear. Recently, Arkin goes to explain, there has been a missed set of shipments within the detention bog that were set to be delivered by constructs. That were set to be delivered by constructs called ruin grinders that had contained spell components and general spell and potion components and general materials used in magic. It has been tracked down that the loss of these, the loss of this cargo, which are contained in crates, would be within the grounds of the detention bog, as that is where the tracking on the constructs seem to have failed and snapped. So you all are tasked with splitting up into groups. There will essentially be two sets of people in this detention activity: facilitators and students. You all, as the 6 of you, are acting as the monitors, facilitators, who will watch over each 2 students. Lila actually would count as one of the students helping, as she has volunteered herself to do so. As part of her thesis project, she is to help to be an inspiring beacon of inspiration among her peers and and has volunteered, even if she was not sentenced to detention herself, to aid in this otherwise grimy and unwanted exploration. Since Strixhaven faculty is currently still short-staffed from dealing with aftermath of Year 3, well, this was apparently the best they could do. So, Arcane is basically just now asking the students to form pairs and find a facilitator that they would choose to follow, which is gonna be great. Any questions he asks to, well, mainly them, but you all too. Okay, well, if nobody has any queries, well, some of the students will ask some questions. Let's say probably be Rampart. How many crates? That is a good question. We have identified up to an amount of 6 missing crates within the bog. Some, well, containing certain materials that I would know of, and some I generally do not. They would be, well, anywhere, really. As we've already explained, they were lost. The tracking on the construct seems to have failed, implicating that, well, this would be another question asked, but he'll answer it anyway, implicating that the constructs probably broke down somewhere and, well, were forced to self-deactivate, considering we could not trace their location anymore. And, well, that's one thing answered, and, well, someone else, let's say Aurora, asks, will we choose who we are to be watched over, or will they choose us? Well, that's mainly up to you, students. I'm only here to oversee that you finish the task and, well, help you in a certain way, which I suppose I will do so no. Well, once you've all formed your groups, I'll be handing you some assistance, well, to ensure that the task is done as successfully as you can. However, most of the effort will still be done in part by, well, of course, you all. As well, he steps aside, and, well, now everyone is allowed to form their pairs. Which Lila actually starts off first. Kinda, like, looks around for someone to watch over her.
Is someone going to volunteer to look after the child?
Lila's just kind of like looking around between you 6, just like wondering who she wants to watch over her, or if someone is actively choosing to watch over her. She's basically first. I'll do it. Celeste walks up to Lila and... Okay. This is gonna be fun. Oh. That's... Thanks. That's a relief. Well, as that is formed first, someone else actually walks up to you, Celeste. Oh,
oh no.
Yup. Oh, well. Hey, Lila. Hey, Lorene. Long time no see. So, I guess we're allowed to choose? Suppose, it's pretty fine time. What?
Oh, no.
May I? She asks. Do you accept Lorene into this group? Double confidant! Sure. Okay. Well, that was basically the only special one. Well, other than the twins walk forward. They are basically already a pair. I wonder who will pick them. Sinetis. Wow. Maybe. Damn, bro. Me?
Mid needs them more than they need mid.
You walk forward.
Brum brum.
Oh, hey, bro. Hello, children. You aren't even that much older. Well, I'd rather have him than anyone else here. Shush. Better not get our fur too dirty out there, brother. Well, it's just Witherbloom. How bad could it be? Very bad. Well, we shall place our trust in you then. She speaks to you, Midnight. Keep us safe. And so, Gyan, you go to Rampart and Mel.
Yep.
Mel just looks down at you from his 7-foot-tall frame. Hello.
Yo.
I'll take Quent and Aurora. It would be just It would be just Quent and just Aurora, essentially, and the student.
Which one, Snow? Do you want Quent or do you want Aurora?
Oh, these two are probably already engaging in conversation.
I want Sinetis to go with Quent, just for the shits and giggles.
Sinetis will probably fight Quent.
Again, the shits and giggles.
And Arleigh, knowing that, would rather not. Well, I suppose I could take a Prismari then.
No.
Oh, you know what? This makes more sense.
I would accept a Prismari then. So be it. Hey, Quent. Well, I'll make sure our perfect complexions are not damaged in that bog then. And I guess that leaves you with you.
Yeah.
Kind of goes like, "What's up?
What's up?
Nothing much."
Same here.
End of conversation.
Yep.
Perfect. Yep. Yeah, I knew something was missing with the number of students I had here. Okay, well, that makes sense. They were there the whole time at the back of the room. Anyways, well, Arkin sees that you have all made your groups. Now that that's settled, each team's facilitator, please come to me. I would have one thing to hand to you as well, assuming you all do that. Each facilitator would walk up to our Professor Nexus and is each handed a spell scroll. This is for when you manage to retrieve the crates. Please do not use it preemptively, otherwise we would have a bit of a struggle in getting them back. Should you read the spell scroll, it would simply just, well, easily explain to you that it's a simple scroll of floating disc.
Oh.
Now, if you may all follow me, I will lead you towards the area of the detention bog. Please note that this may take as long or as short as you are able to accomplish, if that should motivate you. Well, assuming you all gather, we all make our way to the detention bog, but, well, let's switch over.
Man, is this an elaborate way of splitting the party?
As you all make your way, oh my god, the map's doing the big red X. Okay,
Whoa.
you can. The map is a big red X again. Yay. Okay, you can sit about that while I reset the file. You're all walking around, you have each of your individual student pairs. Well, Quent and Arleigh basically have ended their conversation there. Sinetis and, well, Aurora have basically ended their conversation there. Murdock and Rosie are chatting it up as usual. Midnight, well, your siblings are kind of just looking around, noticing the different, well, structure and, well, atmosphere of Witherbloom campus, and just ask like, "You seem used to this?" Astro asks. with your blank expression. Oh, why? Stop streaming because I did that. Okay. Been here too many times. Is that so? Said Celine. For homework? I also hate this place. That is understandable, she says. Meanwhile, on the other side, Lorene peeks her head over and just asks, "So, Lila, where have you been?" In the middle of Celeste walking in front of both of them. Oh, Lila stirs. I've been, well, away. Hmm? Have you at least been good? Lorene asks. Oh yeah, I've actually been, treated fairly well. I'm hoping to come back soon, though, so I hope I didn't cause too much trouble for the water dancing club. Oh, no, not much. Sweats, Lorene says, knowing what exactly it is that caused her to be sent here. Oh, if you are coming back, then I'm sure the team would be pleased to hear that. Oh, well, that's good. If I may ask, though, I wasn't actually told too much.
I am back.
She asked Lorene, Why were you sent here? Well, that's... Celeste just hears us all from behind her. For being a bad girl. I think if I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die in style. Huh? Lila just asks from behind and, tilts her head. I see. Well, whatever it is, I'm sure you're probably already learned your lesson. Hope we can work together then, as we always have. Yeah, let's. Well, as you've all been sent here, there's a bit more. This is gonna be a bit tough as Lorene holds out her wrist, kind of fidget with a new bracelet. We haven't really seen her have, Celeste. Not having our magic's gonna be a bit of a pain. TV, okay. Lorene said while fidgeting with a bracelet she is currently wearing that we now kind of notice is on some of the other students. Not having our magic is gonna be a bit of a pain. Oh. Just stay close and we'll be fine. Hopefully. Who's holding the potions and the scrolls? Each of you individually have a floating disc scroll. The one I bought? That's a question you guys can answer. Gust of wind? Into greater? Boomst?
No, I don't got anything. I remember that much.
I think I had one of the potions. As well, since we've already kind of described it. As you move closer and closer to the detention bog, Arleigh, you immediately spot the thickening of mist in the distance as you slowly start to see the furthest distance of your vision get closer to you as a thick mist seems to cover this area of Witherbloom. It concerns you.
I'm back. What did I miss?
Well, you've arrived towards the detention bog, and Celeste finds out, and I suppose eventually everyone else does, that the detention students are, anti-magic. Part of their, task seems to be that they are to do this without their magic. Everyone but Lila. Fog is only gonna get thicker, so be careful not to lose each other. That too, as you slowly come to arrive at the detention bog, several things start to make themselves known to you, as Arleigh is the first to notice them, but eventually everyone gets to notice them. There are multiple things. First of all, you hear the sound of teeming creatures in the distance, with the implication of a lot of animal life. There's already a bunch of noise that starts to bombard your ears. Frogs croaking, the sound of insect wings not really flapping, buzzing, that's the word. And, a putrid smell starting to overwhelm your senses. Your sense of perception seems to be weakened over here as... Alright, let's start to say the environmental debuffs of being in this specific place. The detention bog has 3 features that I would like you all to note and keep in mind as they are kind of important. The first one is obvious. You start to step on a bit of more liquid than solid land. As the first thing is, as is usual, this is more something you're used to, an endless muck. The detention bog, and a lot of Witherbloom, but this one too, of course, has muddy, stagnant water 2 feet deep, and counts as difficult terrain for everything that does not have a swim speed. So everywhere where you see liquid water as a tile, that is difficult terrain. Another thing that Arleigh noticed first, before anyone else, is a pervasive mist and drizzle that, seems to reduce your vision. As you get within the detention bog itself, you are able to see the surroundings immediately around you, but it seems you are restricted. You find it hard to see anything beyond 30 feet of you. Visibility is impaired. For mechanics reasons, anything that requires sight and visibility is reduced to 30 feet within your square. And the bog, as I've already said, is teeming with creatures. It is filled with animal life that is noisy and distraction. Every perception check made in this bog is made at disadvantage, including your passive perception. Challenge accepted. And, eventually you arrive. As Professor Menexus takes you to the detention bog over to the northwest side, and it's also important to specify that water breathing potion also gives you a swim speed for the duration. Yep, that's the special property of it. It's water breathing and swimming. And it lasts for an hour. Arleigh has the scroll, Celeste has 1 greater. Yep. Just taking the last greater and 1 water breathing. As Arkin stops you all, he will address you all saying that we have arrived. Detention bog. Now, I realize that it may, to those who have not been here yet, seem rather rancid, putrid, and all of the despicable words I have in my vocabulary. And you would be right. Fortunately, I cannot really sugarcoat this, but this is your situation. Once again, and I will address this more to the students among you all who have been sent here to detention, you are tasked with recovering the 6 crates that we have identified as lost within this bog. Anywhere within the area should be, the correct space. Find yourself venturing out of the bog, and you can assume that you have exited, the proper space. They will be... We have already managed to ascertain that they are within this bog, and you are to find them, ideally, within the hour, before the evening comes upon us, and, further, more undesirable creatures find themselves in Witherbloom, roaming around with us. I will be here, at this specific spot. He specifically identifies this northwest spot. He will stay, so that he will actually be able to check who is, here. But, the actual task of finding the crates themselves will be up to you all and the assistance of your facilitators. As you may already notice, due to the repercussions of being sent to detention here in Strixhaven, you are to accomplish this without the feats of your own magic. However, that is where facilitators also come in here to guide you. Should you require any assistance, it will be up to them to determine what assistance is, acceptable for someone deserving of your, I wouldn't want to put it harshly, but it's your punishment. So, as you all have formed your groups, you may begin your search. Team up and search the bog however you would like. But of course I would incentivize that well, a larger group gathering together in a single spot may take a bit long to finish investigating a certain area, and well, time passes. So this is now open to you. You have arrived at the detention bog. You are teamed into groups of 6 and are tasked with finding 6 rogue crates. Your visibility is reduced. You have the people you are meant to be protecting with. Every student here that isn't one of you or Lila is currently incapable of magic, so you are to assist them with their search. So you will stay here. Now, everyone's free to gather up and, well, start their work. As facilitators, you essentially have the right to, well, gather everyone, plan accordingly, and, well, maybe even boss them around. It is up to you. As well, we have started here. So, now the question is asked. Alright, how do we do this? Who's going first? First of all, you're only within this area, and just to give you a idea of what visibility looks like, the farthest away from you, you can immediately see up to here a peninsula, but nothing else due to the thick fog.
You know what? Is there land to the right?
There seems to be. Yep, continuous.
I guess, should we just like go in our own groups and then come back, or
This bog is quite similar looking. It would be advisable, yes, to cover based on cardinal directions. There's 6 crates and 6 groups. We're currently toward the northwestern part of the bog. And,
you know what? I'll look to Mel and Lampard and then point towards where the land continues and go. I don't like these marshes. Should we just continue on the land?
well, I can agree with that. I have no opposition. So Gyan,
Okay, can I go first?
Okay, Team Gyan would like to go east. Well, first let's pick general directions. So Gyan wants to go east. Just general east. And if you wish, well, start asking. Let's first settle where people go, or if certain groups wish to go together.
I mean, some of you can group up and go in like a similar direction and then split off later.
It's just first a direction starting from, well, since you're at the northwest, you can only really go east, southeast, or directly south. So just let's see how first directions are handled. Your companions like Marlet and other things are with you. It's just there's too many tokens, and I would rather just control 3.
I mean, I guess you could like divide into 2 groups that go in the 2 directions, like 2 sets of 2 groups.
Yep, you are the facilitators, and also remember you have another task that is separate from this. Well, remember, Veralda also asked you, and this is exchange for extra credit, aka exemptions from a lot of academic duties for the rest of the year, to investigate traces of Murdock.
Also, Stella Gyan is probably also heavy because he has like a shit ton of metal on him. Some would even say he has an actual metric ton on him.
Ignore the metric ton robot behind him.
Yes, it's technically a group of 4. But then again, Murdock should be like a group of 10 then.
I'm guessing dry enough land would be preferable for you. Should we follow dry land first? I could not think of a better idea. But yeah, we'll agree. And, well, student A also agrees.
Damn, student A.
And just can't swim, so there is a land bridge here.
You literally have a potion that lets you do that, buddy.
I can, but as an animal. And, well,
Murdock is swimming.
my siblings can't. Oh wait, I have Jesus and a water dancer.
Time to walk on water. Was that Jesus or Moses? I forgot.
It's Jesus who walked on the water. Moses split the ocean.
Oh,
Christian lore. I mean, I think Arleigh definitely could have prepared control water. You know, Sid, does Arleigh have control water? Isn't it funny?
Control water is in fact a druid spell, but I think it's like 5th level.
I do have it prepared, fuckers. Well,
let's go. Snow finally prepared something when it mattered.
okay, so these people go east. Come on, guys.
Oh, it's 4th level, not 5th.
Guys, it's not that hard. There are 2 directions. Pick one.
Come on, guys. Decisions. I'm following dry land.
Oh wait, I can't math. There are 5 groups.
Well,
I thought there were 4 groups, not 5.
well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we're going here. These people move here.
Sinetis, what are you doing?
I have no idea. I'm gonna go to the right.
There are already 3 people to the, like 2 groups to the right.
Then I'll go even further to the right.
Wow.
Okay, well, they are being guided there. Is Team Celeste also crossing, well, the land bridge? I might as well just call it that. I'll just have
I think
Verdan.
Murdock is swimming. If the others can swim, I don't know.
Hiya! Okay, well. Anyways, let's start with this set of people first. As you all walk forward, Mel asks you, Gyan, are crates made of wood?
I mean, normally I guess, but you can call anything a crate as long as it holds something.
I'll be searching for the carcasses of my brethren.
Oh, right.
As you go further right and even further right, I would like to ask, well, the facilitators of this group to make disadvantaged perception checks, as you are all technically still heading in the same general direction.
Oh my god, thank god Arleigh is here.
Thank God Arleigh is here with us.
There we go.
Ooh, natural one.
Like, Peter.
Good god.
There we go. Not
What
a
the
problem. Okay, so let's make it like this.
I can only roll that high on a 19.
As this
She
group
rolled
continues to
11.
walk forward, as these groups continue to walk forward east of the land, Arleigh, despite the poor visibility, you manage to like peer your eyes into the fog, making sense of the general shapes that find themselves at the edges of your vision. I see everything, despite despite your students generally just following you, you are taking a proactive approach while the rest of them are really just following land. Gyan runs into a tree, Sinetis slithers into a puddle, but you flapping your wings a bit to maybe it's not that bad. Yeah.
Look,
Flapping
Mel,
your
it's
wings
your
maybe a
friend.
bit to get some aerial view. Managed to spot something that, well, vaguely looks like a parallelogram. As you spot, well, a floating, well, not floating, half sunk in box. That is great. Seems these three groups have found themselves at a crate.
Ooh.
Math class time. What is a parallelogram? It's just anything that has parallel lines in the shape, like a square, and rectangles have parallel lines. A trapezoid is also a parallelogram because it has parallel lines.
So is
Yeah,
a rhombus technically.
I'm pretty sure. Remind myself what a rhombus looks like. Yes, it
It's
is.
like the diamond
Yep, I
on
know.
in a
Yep.
card game. Yes,
Yeah.
that.
It is a parallelogram. Yes. Found the first crate, it seems.
Well, what does it look like? Is it just a crate in the
Well,
water?
let me see, as you've gathered up this group already, to find crate number, a certain number that I have written on my notes. Okay, well, you find this wooden crate with, okay, Arleigh, you were able to see this. You see, well, this wooden crate with, well, half of itself sunk in. Let me actually describe to you how big crates are. Pretty sure they have actual sizes here. Uh, sealed. Okay, they are sealed. Actually, yep. They are sealed boxes that, well, for the American out there, they apparently weigh 150 pounds, or at least so they would look around that. And
Is that a lot?
they don't actually say the size of it, but let's just say a medium-sized crate in terms of token size. So, yep. And it's half sunk into the water, though this one's, Arleigh, you kind of see something a bit strange about it. You see this crate half sunk into a pool of bubbling and hissing water that seems to glow a bit orange. And not glow as in it had a paint job orange, it's faintly glowing orange.
Is it radioactive?
And you see that the water around it is slightly hissing and bubbling. Wait, don't go near it yet. Thank God you guys had an Arleigh.
Oh my god, it's a hot spring.
Y'all would be dead without me. And should the rest of the group continue their way out here, you would actually also identify a bridge that leads back onto land.
Can I go to the edge of the marsh and stare at the crate?
Edge of like this.
Yeah, there. How far is that from the actual crate?
It's the map is to size, so it would be actually 5 to 10 feet within the water. It's still in the water enough that you would have to reach out far and have supports or step into the water to grab it, but you can visibly see it up close and choose to investigate it. Now, since you have identified it, there is no longer a disadvantage to perception checks because it's within your sight line. For you, Gyan, this is how far you can see. You look at it and are able to see a bit more of it. Roll me an Arcana check.
Oh, this is what I'm good at. Watch me fail.
Your sight line. Keep an eye for glowing and hissing near it. Something's probably under the water. 21.
Okay, now man, that's fine.
Remember, you have inspiration. Do you want the inspiration?
I do?
Oh yeah, everybody got inspiration because of listening to Lila. Watch the VOD for context.
Oh, right.
But yeah.
Okay, I have it
Yeah,
now. Never
you
mind.
can ascertain that the glowing orange crate with hissing water around it is a bad sign. Gee.
Gee,
But,
Willy Vickers, who would have thunk it?
okay, let's see here. Well, with your, investigation, Gyan, Arcana, but with your preliminary investigation of the crate, the glowing orange and, information you've already been given signifying that these crates contain magical components, and, putting together the glowing orange and hissing of water around it, you can identify that, it's both a bad sign and also, it seems to be. This is just a hunch, but as you've been familiar with the signs of an explosion, you can probably tell that that's a ticking time bomb.
Fun!
Because of your successful Arcana check, though, and with it that high, you can at least identify that it's not soon, but it's probably good to find a way to deal with that within the next 10 minutes. Which basically just means the next action, probably. Which the next action you will take. You have identified that, and basically you have searched and identified that. So, that is what happens here for now. I will go back to the rest of the group, and these three people can talk and decide what action they are going to take to deal with that. Because 10 minutes, I'll just say, will pass by with the next effort you do. So it's either run away and, find out what happens when that thing explodes, or find something else to do. Meanwhile, as, let's just say these groups head in the same general direction. Create a ticking time bomb. This group finds themselves in a bit of a situation. With your sights, Celeste, Midnight, and Murdock, you find yourselves arriving at a larger island, it seems, more solid ground than anything. You see trees, you see broken down stumps of logs, and, generally solid enough land. Solid enough, seems, as your foot does sink at a couple spaces. It's comfortable enough to walk on without worrying about your feet getting wet. Immediately, you find a couple of things surrounding you. What seems to be within your sightline, a bridge that seems to have been broken and sunken below the water, and further land that you are, unable to see past given the fog. Time bombs seem magical, or... The answer to that, Gyan, is yes. It is probably just a general something that just happened because of the contents being jostled and being at the wrong place at the wrong time for a chemical reaction. I do mean what I say with time passing, depending on certain things, so we'll see. It doesn't seem like it was meant to be an explosive, but now it is because of gross negligence. I guess let's keep going to the right. So Team Celeste wishes to go to the right. Does Team Midnight wish to go somewhere else? Right as well, or a different direction? I'm gonna go right too. Then let's say that Team Murdock takes left, just for convenience. Okay. As you all go to the right, I will ask Midnight and Celeste to give me their perception checks at a disadvantage because of the noise of the fog, noise in the bog. 7. 15. Actually pretty good. Okay, so this is what happened. We'll deal with these three later, but as you continue walking to the east, Celeste and Midnight, you find yourself in a larger body of land. However, Celeste, as you further look along, you start to see the vague image of something on the ground next to solid, pillared structures. As Midnight also walks forward in about the same direction as you, but keeping a bit of distance. You are able to spot the you are able to spot the location of the next crate. However, Midnight, you find yourself bumping into what feels like on your face a big, well, solid block of metal as you stumble backwards a bit, but are able to catch yourself. Well, just enough to not fully fall over, but on the floor, you two find yourselves at sight of the second crate, which, well, also has some things accompanying it. You are at area that you feel the ground is spongy. It's carpeted in soft green grass, and well, as you listen closer, Celeste, you start to hear the sound of grinding metal. As you actually find something special over here. Let me grab it. You find some barely functioning constructs.
I don't have it.
Oh hey. As you well come to look at them, these match the description of constructs meant to transport the crates that you were given. They look big, they look bulky and capable of heavy lifting, but something seems to be wrong with them. Do any of you have any ideas of what to do?
I have swords, and for spells,
Yeah.
I absorb elements, burning hands, hunter's mark, shield, alter self, misty step, scorching ray, and shatter. Those are my spells. For cantrips, I have booming blade and chill touch.
Also,
For
to
now,
what
yeah.
Arleigh asked. Oh, go on.
Yep. For now, I'm asking Celeste and Midnight. You see this? You see barely functioning constructs? Anything you do? And the crate. What the heck? These guys fell asleep on the job. SMH. I'm gonna look at the crate. The twins come to get you. Celeste, anything specific you're doing? I'm gonna look at the construct, see why they're not doing their job anymore. Okay, so... Alright. Midnight, as you have your siblings assisting with you, please roll me an investigation check as you look at the crate. And Celeste, you roll me your choice of investigation or arcana. That's cool. And that's also very cool. Okay, so this is what you identify. So, Midnight, you look at the crate, and with Astro and Celine's prodding into it, can identify that it is, well, just a crate with contents next to it and, well, other such things. Midnight, you find it slightly open to, well, see general, well, herbal medicine, some eyeballs of various magical animals, some weeds, some powders, and some empty glass bottles. So you can identify that yes, these match the description of spell components, and it's just an empty crate. However, though Midnight, you find something glimmering at the backside of it, specifically two ornately glowing red, well, vials that you, well, look, investigate, and see have not actually managed to shatter, unlike some of the other vials that are in the crate. But they look, well, pretty nice. But otherwise, it seems to be a normal crate. I'ma take it. Midnight, you find yourself coming across two vials of superior healing potions. That is the tier beyond greater healing. That is 8d8 plus 8. Yoink. Celeste, while you are investigating the constructs, though, you see ruin grinders that are matching up the descriptions, as I've already said. But as you, Lorene, and Lila are investigating what is happening, you find that they are, well, as was theorized, deactivated. With further prodding and perhaps Gyan's influence has rubbed off on you, you've actually managed to identify what's wrong with them. They seem to have run out of energy somehow. You see them barely moving, like gears barely turning. The arm spins slightly as their arm is partly a drill, or actually no, it's more of a claw, or open and close slightly, I guess. But you can tell with a bit of prodding that their arcane matrix is, well, lost fuel. You identify that what fuels this constructs is not, well, any, well, standard fuel, it's, well, magic. They seem to have, well, lost their fuel source, or just fuel in general, and are therefore deactivated. They, though their position does kind of indicate to you that they are, well, active still and have been walking, but it was almost as if they got lost and turned around somehow. Like, you investigate and look at the tracks that they left behind in the mud, and it's almost like they've been walking around in a circle until they've lost power. Loreen kind of mentions that this seems strange. Lila, though, kind of thinks, do you think we can get these to reactivate again? If we can get these to carry the crates, then our jobs would be much easier. Hope that's what happens with this group. Meanwhile, with the bomb. So you have identified that this bomb will go off within 10 minutes, and, well, it's your choice to either just leave it be and abandon it, or just try to save whatever is inside this crate.
Oyatsu!
What's the plan? Sid has ideas, so...
But yeah, I was just saying that I have two ideas, both that like aim to at least cull the explosion a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we could disarm it otherwise, because it's...
Not Sinetis,
What?
it's Gyan. You can defuse a bomb.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that bomb doesn't look stable. So if this was like an actual bomb, then maybe. But this isn't a bomb, but more like...
A chemical reaction.
Yeah. And you know what makes chemical reactions go faster? If you stir the ingredients together better.
You know how to not stir stuff.
Yeah, but how do you unstir something?
How do you unstir something?
Stir it in the opposite direction.
I imagine this is an actual conversation that is happening, and Gyan has given up at this point.
Mel gives his thoughts on the matter. If it's reacting with the water, then it's probably already gone. Powder, likely. Maybe we could save some of the contents, though. We are supposed to bring these back. Would it be bad if we can't, well, successfully get it back, even if it did, well, blow up? I'd rather not have to deal with an explosion.
We don't really have the time to go back and ask him.
Yep,
Alluding to the professor.
You have to deal. Yep, you basically just found. And also, oh yeah, I guess I kind of mentioned this before. The crates have been lost for around a week now, is what you would have also been told. Forgot to say that. So this has been happening for a while. If it fell here around that time.
Were we told that, like, what would happen if we didn't bring back a crate?
Not really.
Well, if this did explode, it would be bad news. Okay, I had two ideas to, like, slow down or, like, at least take up a brunt of the explosion. One was to encase it in mud, and the other was to use entangle on it. And I was thinking if I could convince you enough that everyone else other than me encases it in mud, and then I use entangle as my action to like do like a double thing. I'm thinking that could work in 10 minutes.
By everyone else, who else? Like, how many people are contributing to this?
8 people other than me.
Okay. Do we want to run with that?
What do you guys think about that?
Encase it in mud, then entangle it.
Yep. We'll also have to move away from it to do entangle because it's like a 20-foot cube, I think.
Entangles are big.
Yeah. But I'll basically be like within 30 do that, but 10 feet away from where I am.
Rampart is like putting a hand below their chin. I can see that working.
And besides, you guys are in detention. You should do more work than me.
Yep, understandable. If only we had our magic, though. Unfortunately, we can only do the physical labor. Alright. If it has to be, I want to stay here longer. Destroy water.
Yeah.
Yep, it's happening. So, alright. Everyone going with that plan?
I ain't got shit else I can do, so sure.
Right. This is actually very amusing, as I will give Sid a bone here. That is actually one of the suggested ways to deal with it. That actually is one of the default suggested ways for it to be done. So, because it is, well, exactly that, and you also have like 8 people working on this, I will not even have you require a skill challenge for it, since you're also partly using a spell to help with it. Your ranger group, tell them this plan. Is it brained if it's default? I mean, you got it with minimal hints. But yeah, arrange your group. You tell them, hey, go in this direction, and we'll start surrounding it with mud. As you cast your spell to entangle it, you've managed to just resort to, well, let's just deal with it, and well, not have it risk blowing up any larger. As well, as with the mud covering it and the entangled vines just surrounding it, eventually come the time pass, you hear a soft from inside of it, as you can definitely hear that, yep, whatever happened has exploded, and well, after like a minute, you unwrap the entangled vines and see that the sizzling of the water has kind of stopped for a moment, and see that while the crate looks charred, definitely a fiery explosion, it seems to be safe. Question mark?
Huh. I mean, it was metal, so maybe.
And well,
Wait, was it metal or was it wood? I forgot. You just said it was glowing.
yeah, it was glowing. It was glowing like light glowing, like glowing light. But yeah, it's
Oh,
wood.
Gyan, well, is it within reach? Like, could Gyan, without stepping into the water, just like pull it towards him?
I can nade with this. And Mel and you and Rampart heave and grab it.
Time to pull it up.
All
Get
right,
the
and
haul.
well, you will require your aid and spell though. He means a scroll.
Oh, right. We all have that. Yeah, I'm gonna use the scroll. And
Since you basically, well, you cast a spell and they heave it onto the crate. These 3 are basically set to head back to Arkin, which means that these 2 groups are free to go wherever. It's encouraged that you, well, spend as little time here as possible. So what do these 2 groups do while they handle that? You see that there's a
can
bridge here
we
leading back onto land.
deliver it and come back to them as well?
If you wish to meet up, I'm just saying that some actions are actually taking time. Yes, you're bringing it back, and the spell has to follow you, and these 2 have to be partly the ones doing it. So it's either you wait for each other, or these people do something while you're doing that, and you catch up to them somehow. There's a bridge over there. We should be able to cross it.
Don't go far from the bridge, so I can find you guys later. Like whatever that area is, like pointing to like wherever the land bridge and this area connected, just stay there. He says, pointing to that area. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you go do that. And well, as you all walk over there and this group already handles the first crate. Alright then. You have successfully, well, done that. Meanwhile, what's happening over here? Aye aye, Captain. You can just start bringing the crate back, or you can do something else. And I will also like to remind people, this is not your only task. I have to make these things work again somehow. The construct have anything in them or something. Give me your own Arcana or investigation check on the constructs if you wish to know more about them. More than I've already said. Also, Midnight, I suppose you are now in possession of 2 superior healing potions. Arcana or investigation. 53. That is pretty good. Let me look at your D4. You find that these are, well, ruin grinders that have run out of battery magic power. You see that they have, well, what's it called again? A cockpit. I guess a cockpit. You see that they have a door at their back that opens to signify that they can be piloted, but these seem to have been ones that were just on autopilot essentially. You see, well, you manage to figure out how to unlock it from the outside, and you find a way to open it and sit inside of it. But otherwise, it seems to be empty, and well, empty out of power. Well, though, with your combined investigations of it, Celeste and Midnight, you can, do you work together? I assume you work together. Yep. Okay, through combined efforts, you can actually identify what gives them power. Seems, for emergency situations, as this one would deem, you are actually able to find out that the arcane matrix of these grinders are able to be recharged in case of emergency. Let's see here, what does it exactly say here? Yep. Assuming you manage to figure out the proper way to activate the recalibration process, you are able to supply it with your own magic, aka expending a spell slot of whatever level you deem. Fuck no. Seems they are able to act on spell slots for emergencies. I just got fuck that, said the Warlock. I ain't doing that again. Vedalken, though. Alright, come here, Jesus. Do you call for her? Yes. Oh, what is it? Well, she's gonna pray to the robots? So you have spells, right? Oh, yes, I actually do. I was not one of the ones who were restricted. I am volunteering to do this work without wishing to rely on it. Is this spell slot extortion? Yes, please, make this one alive with your very amazing powers. Sure, I can try to do that then. We'll try to figure out the recalibration process then. This is the least we can do. As these twins try to find out how to recalibrate this robot, Lila kind of steps up and, tries to place her hand onto whatever the arcane matrix looks like. And, okay, let's see. How good are these two? Actually, no, Lila should be the rest. Same college. Okay, well, let's just... I don't know. Both of them attempt it. Come on, rise up, Lazarus. Come on, Wi-Fi, work with me. You can send a message. Come on. tablet Wi-Fi, please? There you go. Okay, that was enough. Okay, as Astro steps inside of the cockpit with Lila, he kind of switches around with a couple levers, presses a few buttons, and eventually you start to hear as the construct activates, and whoa! And Lila presses her hand against the arcane matrix, and it stands up. As slowly it comes to move and walk again. I think we did it. Uh, uh, okay. You can move out now. Sure. I think I'll be able to grasp a bit of control of this. As Celine steps in, I don't think we'll even need the scroll. I think this goes like this, and Celine, with her 20, pops in. Get in the robot, Celine. Hops in with Astro, and they pick up the crate and. Yeah, I think we can just carry the crate back. I think you should still go with us, though. Wow, I am so proud. Okay, so do you just take the crate back to where it was? Or back to Arkin? Yep. You take the crate back, and, well, these two are essentially doing that. Yep. And, well, these two would meet up. Team Gyan and Team Midnight. Gyan, you find yourself successfully hauling back a crate with a explosion successfully debombed or prevented from exploding, with, well, Mel and Rampart slowly following the floating disc carrying the crate. And while you're doing that, you start to hear thunk, thunk, thunk as Midnight comes walking by with a robot that's carrying his crate. Oh, hey! As you two can handle that. Talk with each other how you may, as Okay, well, that's that.
Hey, that's my stick.
Celeste, are you going somewhere? You could follow back where Murdock was, I suppose, or go your own way. I think that's 2 crates now. And we could also revive this other robot. Do you wish to? Yeah. Okay. Your spell slot or Lila's? Lorene cannot. Mine. Then give me an Arcana check as you try to recalibrate this robot. And what level of spell slot are you charging it with? Okay, you successfully figure out how to recalibrate it, and we'll flip the right levers. And let's go with 3rd. Okay. Alright. You channel a 3rd level spell slot into the robot and see it being particularly active. As, well, the robot didn't have a real person inside it. As meanwhile, as Midnight had gotten the crate back and dropped it off with the robot, Midnight, you can already see the robot start to lean forward as Astro and Celine are ejected from the back of it as it immediately shuts off, like not even a minute into its walking. Oh, come on! Meanwhile, the ruin grinder that Celeste had charged seems to be pretty active and, Okay, Gyan, you win. As Celeste, you find yourselves, Oh, I don't think there's enough space for 3 of us. Seems this can only carry 2 people maximum. I mean, now you have to choose. You can always try, right? This construct can carry 2 people squished together, but it's really meant to carry 1 person. But 2 people can fit. No, I don't. What do you suggest? Lila and Lorene, get in the robot. Oh, if it's really alright with you, I don't want to trouble you anymore. Are you sure about this? Oh. The robot can carry you. Just carry Celeste by the arms. Carry her like a cat. We don't have magic. It's safer this way. I can't. Well, I can't. Well, I can't argue with that. Oh, they get in the robot. And. Yep. Can I observe our surroundings while waiting for Gyan? Yep. You check your surroundings, Arleigh, and find an area that connects back to what seems like a mainland. As you check around, give me a disadvantage perception check. 18. As you look around, you start to see a bit more of the land. Through the sights, you can't really see much past this point, which is that connects back to land. But what you can though sense is hearing through the fog sounds of mechanical whirring and like metal grinding against each other. As through the distance, you start to see a vague figure of a bipedal walking thing from the distance, and you could swear a smaller figure, Celeste, as well. It's just this.
Whoa. Shut the fuck up, phone.
You can probably identify that. Oh, they're over there. Go with Murdock. Also, do you know the Reggie Rock cry? Yes. I audibly cannot make it with my mouth, but yes. Exit. Yep, pretty much.
Wasn't Reggie Rock's cry just
Tong
the
tong
name?
tong tong tong, or something like that.
That was Reggie Steele.
Or that was Steel. On.
Oh yeah, that is Reggie Steele, yeah.
Yeah, then Reggie Ice was the high-pitched one.
Yeah, and then
Was it me or did Celeste
Reggie
just find a
Gigas was the
robot?
weird noises.
Reggie Ice! On as the robot walks. Well, Arleigh, you could swear you found that. And well, as these two find that, first of all, Midnight, your robot is deactivated, and you two have met each other, and I assume Gyan just plans on going back to the group. Where do you plan on going, Midnight? As Celeste, you find yourself walking back over here, and see that Murdock has found a crate. Team Murdock has found a crate. On.
Oh, it was Reggie Rock. I don't know. I forgot.
Yeah. These are Reggie Steels. Which is, well, fun. They even have the beads. But yeah. Okay, so you all go with Gyan. Oh hey, good job! And Arleigh, you see Gyan come by with Midnight, and since you kinda are just meeting up, you can discuss stuff with each other should you wish. Because what's immediately happening is this. Celeste, as you walk by and find, Murdock and Rosie just start to almost cast a spell with them, you find a crate that they have identified, although you see Murdock pondering closely the state of the bridge, as you find it broken off. Oh, hey Celeste. Hey guys, I'm assuming the robot was something Mid and Celeste found? Arkin probably made a comment, so that's where they were. Deactivated. Strange. Hey, what did you find? Take a look at this. This doesn't seem normal. Murdock looks down at the bridge. What area was this again? Found a crate, Murdock explains. But we also noticed this. As over here you find what looks like a crate that has, been isolated onto an island. Although the island itself has a strange little phenomenon with it. At the far end of the broken bridge was this island, large enough for only barely one person to stand on. But the crate, as Murdock will show you with like a extension of her left arm, seems to have had a dent in it. Like Murdock goes to explain, it's like it was thrown, and then points to the bridge, and this like looks smashed. Something's been here recently. Wouldn't put it. Well, it is Witherbloom or something. Basically, Murdock can tell you that the crate seemed to look like it was thrown. It wasn't just dropped here by the construct. And something smashed this bridge. Oh. Any ideas as to how the bridge was destroyed? I have a few, but here, check with me. Roll me your own investigation check, Celeste. I'll give you advantage since Murdock is also here. This is what Murdock had discovered while you were doing your thing. You look at the bridge and see that it was smashed, but, well... the two things that stand out to you is, well, of course that and the fact that the crate was thrown. Looking further into the state of it, this bridge doesn't look like it was rotten in any way, nor did it look like it was about to break down. You investigate the individual pieces of wood that is still maintained, and it's honestly solid wood. It's wood that's meant to last, so it's not something that was, like, weak and then was smashed. It was pretty sturdy, enough that just a creature swimming under it wouldn't be able to, like, tear it apart. You can identify that whatever smashed into this wood was strong enough to, well, it was pretty strong. It was, well, smashed, and as to how it was destroyed, it looks like it was smashed by something passing through, like, through the side. You can theorize something that has to be as big as these constructs and as strong. Because it looks like, and well, with a bit of investigation with Murdock probably diving a bit down into the water or something, there does seem to be a couple of indents in the in the ground below the water that signify that something walked through and just tore the bridge by walking. Constructs, maybe? Do you notice anything strange about them? Oh god, it's a giant crab! It's back with a vengeance. Honestly, I have no idea. Well, while you're here, want to help me take this crate back? Seem to have a robot already capable of doing it. Construct? Sure. Okay, so you take this crate back and, well, find something, well, amiss. As you bring back this construct, you can see that the other one that Midnight had brought is, well, you can see that the other one that Midnight had brought seems to have already been deactivated, but yours still seems to be, well, functioning. As Arcane delights at the bringing back of the third crate, you see that, well, I guess I shouldn't have ever doubted your efficiency, Polycro. You've already done half the work within, well, a speedy time. Now to hope that you can find the others. As time had passed, let's say, okay. With that being said, approximately 30 minutes would have passed with all of your activity. And, well, maybe these constructs are waterproof. You can't see it walking easily through the water. But while they're back there, what's this entire group of people doing? You've gotten half the job done in a pretty expected time. We met up already. Oh. Anyway, we're going down. Okay. So you all go down and, well, find this crate that's already been looted. But then, find yourselves at, well, this big mass of land. You see a couple of things in your surroundings. Thanks to Arleigh's help and aid, you are able to, well, identify some key areas. You see a bridge that leads both southeast and southwest. You see that this crate has already been taken, so there would be no crate here. And no crate is already here. You see a couple of directions that lead you at least through land. Though one is a solid bridge and another is a broken bridge. You also see another broken bridge here. We got two ways. We call a broken bridge a way. Celine voices out and points out. Well, if these bridges are broken, the land will continue to narrow if we go further. I don't think it would be wise to go as big of a group as we have. It might just cause the land to sink if there's too many of us in one spot. I advise we split up, Celine says to you, Midnight. If I can hear me. Well, I can fly, but my current companions can't. You do have a potion. Quent asks you... Actually, no. Yeah. Aurora asks you, Sinetis. Are you able to swim with that tail?
Yeah.
Are you able to swim with that tail?
Not really.
Hmm.
I mean, if I could, I haven't really tried, but well.
I was just wondering if one of the crates that we have to cure might have been washed away into the water, and that's why we can't see it.
I have a boat.
You do?
I'm gonna take out my folding boat.
Your Silver Quill student companion, which you can name whatever you want, notes, huh. So I suppose you are useful for something.
I'm gonna ignore him. His name's Timothy now.
I'ma tell my father about this. Well, if you have a boat, I suggest we use it. It should help us traverse water.
I'll use the boat.
Midnight walks up to you and gives you this very, very fancy-looking healing vial.
Thanks.
Superior healing potion, if you want. I can note it down.
That is, we like that. That's good.
Okay, so you fold out your boat into here, I presume?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Team Sinetis is doing. What are these three teams doing? Where are they going? Sinetis was probably going to check out east, since he has a way to traverse water. Can I go down to the lower end to see if there's anything in the water? Okay. Oh, I see a crate. Yeah, you can see it. As you further look into it, yeah, you can see. Aurora's theory was right. Some crates do seem to be in the water. Yep, it is within your vision. Hey, Sinetis, can you get this one first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so
I will do it in the boat.
Okay, well, as you go do it in the boat... okay, Arleigh okay, so Arleigh sticks next to Sinetis' group. And, does Midnight's group go somewhere else, or do you just help them along? We'll go with Gyan. That's going down the bridge. Okay, so basically Sinetis takes the time to prepare the boat, and and these two groups want to go to another objective. So it's basically, yep. You basically identified where the crate is, and are sailing to it, while these group is... oh, yeah. The students want to get this done with efficient time. So that's why I'm asking, like, who's doing what, because a lot of simultaneous things are happening. Because once basically you settle a plan, you do it, you have... if people are just standing idly around, all that's kind of wasted time. So far, you've been on time. I am tracking time passing. Okay, so Arleigh, you're assisting with Sinetis' navigation, and these two groups are going down the bridge. Am I right? Just confirm as you can. Yeah, I'm gonna look for sussy things while we go down there. Alright, so your group goes down there. part. Okay, well, let's do this group first. As Arleigh, you help Sinetis with navigation. Quent and your mom, but non-binary, help you out. Sinetis, you pull out the boat, and it can carry all three of you, right?
Let me check. Here it is. I can make a fucking yacht. We don't need a yacht. 4 medium creatures comfortably. So yes, I can.
Okay, so you can hop on all three of you in it. As you come to sail to it, since you have multiple team members giving you various, different sets of eyes, I would like Sinetis and Arleigh to give me both of them their perception checks. Arleigh and Sinetis both at normal. Yep, at normal. Multiple people helping you and have identified the crate already.
That's not bad. Oh my god!
Okay, let me check something. Let me check something. What area is this? It's this area. Okay. And what do these have? Okay. Should I use inspiration or not? Up to you. Or in Witherbloom, who knows? Yeah, I'll use one. Meanwhile, this other group sees that there's another bridge, and I presume we cross this too. DM inspiration. Okay, find this place. As it's at this point where you would probably be far enough away from each other to not see that much. Is there any traces of a low BBEG? Okay, well, Gyan, you can roll me Gyan and Midnight. You two can roll me investigation checks as you trace for traces of the BBEG. Meanwhile, as these two are sailing on, Arleigh, you scout overhead to see what can. Well, you see the situation of this crate. As you find crates in the water, you see a battered crate sitting in the middle of this large pool, and it seems to be smooth sailing for Team Sinetis as they are on their boat. He is mainly focused on navigating it. So Arleigh, you try to note the surroundings, given directions as to where to go, and over to the south of the crate, you see a bit of bubbling from one of the mounds. Thankfully, you almost missed it at first, but thankfully you are able to identify it. As Sinetis is about to run into a creature.
I'll fucking kill it. Then I'll break my boat, bitch.
Sinetis, wait, stop! Sinetis?
Stop.
You stop, and as the sloshing of water is enough to kind of like make you aware of your surroundings, you start to see two mounds of dirt, what it seemed like, to the south of the crate start to move as they awaken in a bit of a lulled slumber. As you start to see two Branx trudges just look to what has disturbed them. Right, they're over here.
It's the babies.
There they are. Oh. They don't seem hostile yet, but they do seem confused. So that's what's happening over here. Meanwhile,
they just vibing.
They are looking around first of all, getting a sense of their surroundings. Meanwhile, Gyan and Midnight, what did you get? Can we even see that? 12 and 13. I will say that you don't see them yet until, this group does anything that would cause further provocation. But while you two are focused on your investigation, are you satisfied with those rolls, or do you want more? Up to you. 13 and 17. Okay, that's good. Well, whoever got the 17 is able to find something. Midnight. Well, Midnight, this is your lucky day. As you were walking around, trying to find any traces of the other thing you were asked to find by the professors, it's hard to say. You look around the ground, for anything that might seem out of place. It's hard to tell because, well, it's Witherloon. Everything can kind of look out of place here if you theorize wide enough. But, well, as Gyan is kind of focusing on the wrong things and kind of like looking at trees, looking at animal poop, he's looking at the water, seeing if it's a different color. He's finding it hard to identify something. But Midnight, you kind of like place your hand below your chin for a moment and just start to breathe a little to try and clear your mind until you place your hand on your nose again, realizing that breathing in too much of this rancid air is a bad idea. Until that point hits you. You kind of breathe it in for a moment, and for some reason it just feels wrong to you. Even more wrong than normal. Maybe Gyan's got the wrong idea. Might not be something you can touch. Midnight, something about the air or this mist feels wrong to you. It's just a feeling, though. Got bad vibes here. Do hope Mid remembers the dream. What kind? We're gonna die here vibes. Sense of dread, maybe? We need that last crate, though. Can we see a crate nearby? You look around, and through your investigations, eventually, you come to a split path, where you kinda go from your surroundings a bit and see a crate somewhere over here. But Midnight, you get more of that sense. The air is wrong. The air? I'm not going to risk it. It's particularly pungent here. Not pungent in this it smells bad way. It's pungent in the way that you felt dread before. It's coming from the southern direction. Concerningly near that crate. If you think so, then I'm fine with it. Asher kind of goes like, oh, found it. There's one. It's a bit in the water, though. Actually, I think we can skip to it from those bits of land. We might be able to finish this in time after all. As we are conversing with each other, the students are planning on how to take that crate. We'll come back with the others to grab it. That's a robot, after all. I have water breathing. I'll get it. Do you drink it? Yep. Anyone got something with talking to plants? And do you go in, Midnight? Oh, well, applauds to you. You go in. And, well, before you head in there, Team Celeste, are you just heading down? Yep. You head back down. And over here, you start to see people noticing something happening. And that's when this happens. Okay, back over here and in chronological order. Just pardon me, I am managing a bit of a lot. Okay. Sinetis, as you are close to these brackish trudges, finding yourself closer to them is a bit of a problem. As you see them, well, acknowledge you and immediately, like, surround this crate. Like it's like they're protecting it or something, and start to, like, growl at you a bit as you get nearer. And, like, this one over here just kind of, like, looks to you and raises its head forward, which in turn causes its chin to rise from the water and cause a splash of wave that blows back your boat a little. They're not attacking and hostile you, but they seem to be protective over it. That's going to be a problem. If I may be correct, those are brackish trudges. Those are plant life creatures who take the form of sentient animals, and I would rather not see us on the business end of that shin.
I felt when it hurts. I'm gonna look at Arleigh.
Arleigh's flying.
Got anything?
Trust me, you don't. They seem protective over it, for some reason. This is while this group is talking and doing their shit, so this was all happening at the same time. And now Team Celeste walks in onto what situation is happening down here. I don't think plants can understand me as animals do, but our approach is convincing them to move from the crate. Maybe the treacherous think it's a play toy or something. They growl at Sinetis like they were angry for him getting near, and they seem to be very defensive. Arleigh, with your experience with animals, you can easily tell that it's like the instinct of, well, a parent animal protecting its child. That kind of behavior. They are very wary and surrounded. Yep, they're on parent mode.
Why? I don't see no babies around.
No idea, but maybe something in the crate.
Maybe you can do that thing where you, like, summon animals to distract them while I grab the crate.
A direct approach, Arleigh, would probably lead to a fight of some sorts. Wait a minute. And your fellow students can't cast their magic to aid with you, so it really just be who's here at the moment, which is still 3 of you, 4 with Murdock. Got any ideas? Celeste, you can walk in on this and see what's happening. So is Murdock. Do any of the effects here seem doable? Shape water. It's, I mean, yes, on a very tiny amount of water, because it's just the cantrip shape water. You can affect 1 square. What in tarnation? These are very angry trudges. If you were hit by them during the 2nd year, you would remember the pain well. Oh hey guys, remember them? Yeah, they're protecting the crate like it's their baby. Arleigh remembers the 2d10 plus 5 plus d6 damage that she took. Yup. And it's not a lot now, but it was a lot when you were 2nd year. You could probably take it now, without much worry. But it was a lot back then, and the pain still lingers. I was drenched, smushed, crushed. These guys remind me of the Ravager. They're basically like that, yeah. They're one-hit wonders. They're heavy hitters. They once again slosh their tusks and like cause waves to blow away the boat that Sinetis is on. They need a distraction. Kaponk! Oh Jesus, that still hurts. That wasn't at anyone, that was just a display.
I don't want to cause a fight. I mean,
I
would
said-
they know if you conjure animals? Like, if
I
it
said-
was you who did it? Like, conjure animals around them, have them fuck them up. Whilst they're distracted, we take the crate and get the fuck out of here.
Could work as a distraction, yes. You kinda have to pull back Sinetis to not anger them. So you dock your boat. They just want the crate, right? They seem protective of it. Like hyper protective of it, like a mother animal protecting their baby. They surround it with their bodies, they are making very angry gestures to get you to move away. They are trying to intimidate you, and, well, the likes. And, well, is there a way to know what's inside that crate? Your ideas are as good as mine, unless you can see through solid objects. No. What you can visibly see is, of course, the water around them, the trudges themselves, and, well, the crate is fully, like, blocked from view. They've essentially stood up now and, like, put the crate below them with their bodies. Can they check for an actually baby trudge underneath them? Roll me a perception check. At disadvantage. Oh, that's still pretty good. There is no baby trudge beneath them. It's just a crate. It definitely seems like a behavioral weirdness, Arleigh. What does the crate look like? Well, it seems to look like a crate as much as you have already seen, and with that 14, I can give you... What area is this? It just... Well, the crate definitely seems battered, at least. It looks more, like, pushed around than the other crates, probably because these two have been moving it. But other than that, it looks like an entirely normal crate that does not have anything glowing to indicate it explodes. There's nothing really wrong with the water that suggests that it's boiling it. It just looks like a crate that's been tossed around like a teddy bear by these two. Wow, thank you. Okay. Either conjure animals, Murdock does not contribute, unfortunately. Did we trudges like to eat? Well, give me your own nature check because Murdock failed at it. Yep, checks out. Okay, that's pretty good though. Oh wow. Well, okay, let's see here. Do I have something written here? Yes, I do. Okay, brackish trudges are lumbering masses of sentient fungus and vegetation that thrive in the Bayou. They count as plant creatures and are living examples of the conflicting forces of life and decay and harmonious cycle. Flowers and other plants grow on their backs, necks, and heads. When these plants die, they decay and become ideal habitat for fungi. And well, okay. Well, let me read a bit more of them. Okay. Trudges and their diet. Well, Arleigh, you would put together that these creatures are closer to, well, fungus than actual animals themselves. Putting together that, and with a bit of assistance from Murdock, who knows at the very least a good enough about them, you could probably guess that these creatures do not feed like animals, but rather feed more like plant life and fungus. So what could cause them to be protective of a crate? And while multiple ideas kinda run in your head. Maybe some dissolved powders that were, well, mixed in with the water. Maybe some other laced plants that, well, have scent to them that only they can really smell, that would be appealing for them. Or, as you kind of look closer to them, perhaps a bit of all of the above that puts them in a bit of a euphoric state. These trudges are drugged. Yes. They are behaving like they are very euphoric. It's actual weed. I knew there was weed in those crates. That explains it. The contents of the crate mixing with the water has led to them developing a bit of a euphoric protection of it. So now the question is, how do we get it? This makes things easier. Let's just swap the crate with an empty one, and they won't even notice. Just put weed in the new crate. Performance of creation. Weed. Okay, never mind. It's not parental instinct, it's just, well, plants having too much photosynthesis. You can back off a bit and land. Well, Aurora kinda asks you, Sinetis, if you're here for a trip. How fast can you steer this boat?
Let me see. Doesn't say how fast it goes.
Yeah, well, probably athletics checks based then.
Uh.
Okay, never mind. As fast as your muscles can make it.
Yeah, as fast as my arms can make it go.
Well, I guess that could be a reliable option. Anyone else got any better ideas than just running? Than running through? We could end their lives, said your mom. Distraction is an option. I could be down for the ending their lives part.
Put them in the bag of holding.
Sounds dope. And it's at this point where Celeste, I think we're locked in. It's dark. Music. Do you want to charm the trudges? Locked in. Can't find a handle. Yeah. No, the construct has deactivated. Okay, we'll deal with that later. Well, I guess we're safe here, so we can just kind of wait it out. You go take care of that for us, I suppose. Let's try to charm the trudges? Do you wish to charm the trudges? A song. We do have a 13 from the book, and well, this is probably something that Arleigh could have gleaned. These trudges do seem angry. Any chance of failure would probably lead to them being provoked, aka getting angrier. So failure is probably not something you want to deal with if you don't want to get smacked. Mm-hmm. Not even technically. They are. I have two of them. One from each of us. Just kidding. But wait, actually no, that would be right. Yes, but no. How? Okay, just sing a little song. So, give me your best performance check. Try and add a bit of pedazzle to the lives of these trudges. A song called Voodoo Child. Okay. Start to play as your tunes echo through the wind. The harmony of Celeste's guitar, it catches the attention of the trudge. As it looks towards you, the sound, well, the obvious source of the sound, it curiously looks upon you. As, it is indeed a performance that is, well, worth it. I don't think you can even do... And your role is... I don't think you can even do anything against that. So yeah, This one comes near. Just one, though. Quick feet, everyone else. There's still one. Alright, we got one out of the way. Quick thinking. Immediate action. Time to distract the other one, I guess, with a creature. Using... Conjure animals, then. Alright, you conjure some animals. And, alright. Sinetis, I'm guessing you're just gonna charge through with the boat and grab the box? Am I correct, Petra?
Yep. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Well,
As you can eat the trudge, or the
as you summon 2 giant toads and swim. All right then. So let's do it like this. Sinetis, you roll me an athletics check, and Arleigh, you roll me a spellcasting check. So just a wisdom check.
Okay.
With proficiency and advantage.
+8. Nothing for advantage. Here we go.
So Arleigh would just be like a spell attack at advantage. It's the same value. Yep, it's the same value as your spell attack. At advantage.
I'm gonna add a friendship dice to that.
25. Alright, if you're adding more, go ahead.
I'm gonna use Arleigh's.
Okay. So with the coordinated efforts, Arleigh summons some toads, and this trudge is a bit confused as to what's happening. Seeing that opening an opportunity, Team Sinetis on the folding boat just makes a dash for it. As through athletic effort, you are able to sail to the boat. The 2 students are able to reach out, quickly grab the crate, place it on the boat, and sail back to this land where you immediately turn the boat, and given the weight of the crate, it turns a bit and flips a bit onto land as it dumps both you guys and the crate onto this island as the trudge does not notice and is assaulted by the toads which keep it distracted. Seeing this commotion, the other bracket trudge turns around and okay, ribbit. And I suppose this would be Murdock's way of helping Celeste not get just bopped by this trudge. What can Murdock do? Okay. Oh, that's probably a good use of it. Okay, yeah, that's probably a good use of it. And Murdock will just wave around their hands for a moment as this trudge is forced to make a saving throw. As this trudge is being attempted to be charmed. And oh my god. Shit. Holy shit, that did not work. Celeste, I'm sorry, but that was not, shit. As Murdock's suggestion falls on deaf ears. And, Celeste, well, let's just hope it misses you. It goes at you and, well, does that, missing you, thankfully, but you are able to pull out now. Though I will say, it has its reaction. So if you pull out, I guess this is kind of mini-combat, but we don't really need to roll initiative since it's just one turn anyway. How do you escape this, Celeste? I guess you can just disengage, I suppose. But Murdock... Okay, I will tell you this. If you disengage, Murdock will still be left behind here, so Murdock will have to find another way. Yeah, it's essentially all happening in quick succession. Have action and bonus action, right? Yep. Basically, it's either you take the hit or Murdock take the hit, or you find a way to, well, have both of you not take the hit and escape this. How willing is a creature like this to be hasted? Considering it's currently angry at you, not. It does not wish to be touched. It basically, okay, so it swung its tusk at you, Celeste, and as it's currently recovering from that strike, you have a moment to act before it, well, strikes again, either with a reaction to, well, one of you trying to leave as normal since Murdock does not have an action anymore, or you find a way to deal with that. It will try to attack one of you again. So, what do you wish to do? This is just for you, since you're immediately next to it. Come on. Come on, guys, you're level 9. You can handle this. I believe in you. I believe in you and your abilities to escape from a single creature.
This is where we get our TPK. To 1.
Hold on, I'm thinking. You guys have level 5 spells. You can handle this.
Huh.
I believe in you guys. It's the 59th session. You are able to handle a single creature. Yeah, but I don't wanna. You forget, Arleigh. 5th level spell slots mean 5th level conjure animals, and that is scary.
16 wolves!
Even if you don't have good 5th level spells, you have 5th level conjure animals, and that might as well be a 5th level spell. Okay, I'm gonna use what I had in mind.
I don't think there's ever a reason to have 16 wolves, but...
Yeah. The pack tactics kind of falls out when the AC of creatures at that level is high enough. Plus resistances. And I use my action to give a level 2 spell slot to the Titan. I will allow it.
Yeah,
I'm guessing you mean the construct.
D16 D20s plus...
Okay, I'll do that.
Advantage.
Okay, so you give... Okay, so you manage to, well, find to the construct.
That's a lot of ones.
Wait, polymorph. You manage to find a way to reach into the construct and, well, tap it somewhere to charge it with a spell. As you give it a level 2 spell slot, it whirs for a bit as these two have been trying to make it move for a while, and it bashes into the trudge, and actually, I think it actually does have an ability. Oh my god, it does! This isn't even something... You are pretty lucky, Celeste, because I'll tell you what happens when it lands its attack roll as it charges forward and tries to protect you. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, so this is what its attack does. It uses an excavator attack, which first of all, does this amount of damage, as it hits with one of its excavator arms. As it, well, first of all, does 16 force damage to it, and the creature it hits, let's see here, I mean, it could pass. Come on. And the creature it hits... Oh, it does survive it. Okay, it would have pushed it away, because this thing can actually push things away with its hit. But it is distracted, and it is now striking at the grinder, who kind of rustles Laureen and Lila inside of it a bit. But yep, you two are able to pull away, and well, I guess now the only question is, do you just pull them out of there? It's basically distracted now, as the other one is also dealing with the toads. Yep, and you pull these two away and leave that robot. Ribbit, ribbit. Okay. And I need to go now. Okay, well, speaking of, well, I can give you one last thing, Hi. As well, that's been solved, and this crate. I can just give you what you see with this crate. Is that fine with you? Yep. Okay, so as you look to this crate, Midnight, you could swear you hear some conflict going on over there, but you pay it no mind as you try to reach into this crate, and, well, as you close into it, you start to, really smell it. It's very, very smelly. It's pungent. But it's also, something else. It seems to be a normal crate otherwise, but it just smells really bad. So, as you look into it, just give me a quick investigation check, very quick. Actually, Arcana. It would be Arcana. As you take it back to land. 12. Okay, use it. Inspiration. Pirate? Okay. As you look at it, Midnight, you can see that the crate is leaking something as you look closer into it. With Gyan's help, you can see that a bit of ooze is seeping out of the crate, which is probably what causes the smell. The trail that it left behind as you pushed it onto land, leaving bits of, like, very clumped up black ooze that, they definitely smell, but something about it does resonate a bit of familiarity to you. The goop leaking from it seems to be a goop that's used in summoning magic. It seems to be a magic that's specifically planar and helping with that. As that's the nature of it, though thankfully you have a Gyan with you, so you have an Artificer. I can easily tell you this. The way to get rid of the smell and, well, transport the crate back is just, well, seal it up. As you seal up the crate, it's basically fixed. As it does seal up, though, you could feel for a moment, Midnight, that sense of dread pauses for a moment, and you are able to return it. But it's not completely gone. Okay, you are able to return the crate now, and hi, you may go. There's basically just like 5 minutes left of this session anyway, but if you need to go now, you can. Oh, there's still one more crate, but I think we already know where it is. I'll also tell Arleigh the air stuff. So you meet back and after doing all that, this situation has been resolved. You actually meet back with Sinetis and Team Sinetis first on this, well, bridge island. But, well, before that... this has been resolved, and you are all able to do that. Now, all that's left is really to find one last crate. It just has you three. And, well, given the report of Gyan, who has probably already explored this area, this southern part has all its crates cleared. There's really only one place you haven't really all explored, and Murdock points to it, given that, well, you're all working together as well. East. As you move closer towards it, well, first of all, as Midnight tells you, Arleigh, there's something wrong about the air. You keep it in mind as he probably passes by next to you, and, like, both Midnight and Sinetis' teams go to collect the crate and put it back. Alright, one more crate. These teams would be going back over here to, well, return theirs. And Gyan would be walking back over here. These trudges would probably end up, well, losing their battle and retreating back into the bog. Your spell has worn off, and well, essentially, it's one last crate remaining. If you check to the east with Murdock's group, you see a bit more. As you check, it's once again another crate to an island. However, this one does stand out a bit more to me. Arleigh and Celeste, I suppose, give me your investigation checks, and I will have Murdock roll as well. Investigation, not perception. Okay, Murdock actually rolled good there. Okay, up. There is something you identify about this set of crates here. As you've made your way onto this island and, well, try to secure the crate, who actually goes to the island? I can fly there. Arleigh is just flying. Celeste actually walk to the island? I guess I'll go. Tut. And well, Team Murdock would probably be observing. Okay. You find the last crate, the 6th out of all 6 that you need to find. In record time, you were able to find this last thing. Through your combined investigations, you see just an empty crate. Though, what is concerning is that it's empty, and you know it's empty because it's been opened. You take a look and, well, see from various angles what could have opened it. You see, and you have seen from the crates that you have investigated already with you, is that, well, the crates are sealed tight. These aren't crates that were meant to be opened. I mean, you saw one that was thrown across to another island and it didn't break off. This one, however, seems to be an open crate. What could have opened it is a theory immediately answered by your combined knowledge together. You see that the crate has been opened using like scrapes, as if something has scratched and opened it from the outside forcefully, with enough force even. You look around and try to see other traces of what may be left behind here, and that you do see. See various scratch marks around the mud and, well, almost tunnels. Something's definitely going on here. As, well, you find it open. You're able to retrieve the crate, but not the contents inside. Fleuret moves forward. I suppose that counts as our job? I mean, it wasn't really our fault that the crate was already open when we got here. I guess we can just bring this back? Say that we did it? You guys should get back to the mainland in case. Alright. Lila and I can handle this. Yeah, sure, I'll help you there. Yeah, well, with a bit of help with the other students, Rosie also volunteering to grab and, well, move the crate. Do you just stay on the island there, trying to find out more, or do you just go back with them? Let's find out more. Right. Is there anything else other than scratches? Well, I would hazard something, but let's see those. It's not prepared. Crate was torn open, and you've already seen that. You see the scratches and burrows. Arleigh, I'll actually... Just give me a general wisdom check, though. Actually, it would be closer to survival. Yeah, survival works. And I'd say Murdock can also roll for this. This would be Murdock's roll. 9. More does mean more information, yes. And that's 15 on Celeste. You check these scratches and you check these burrows. to find any traces of, well, whatever involvement has happened here. You see various things that could point to us, that give you a sense of familiarity, actually, with specifically these burrows. You look into them, and well, feel that you've seen this kind of tunnel somewhere before, and that's when, well, Celeste's help comes in to help you, as well, she knows where these came from. These tunnels have this exact same diameter and scratch patterns as the ones left behind in the dormitories, when everything was scratched and torn apart by those constructs. Oh. Should I have to wait, more constructs? Perhaps those were not the only ones, if you thought that. Yeah, we need to get out of here. You dash back. You move back and, well, gather with your friends. You meet up with Gyan and the others as you kind of head back here. So you find yourselves once again in the midst of the mist. However, this time, an eerie air does come to surround you, Arleigh, as your senses cold. You once again feel you stop in your tracks for a moment and see where you are standing. Those trees, that water, this air. Oh, no. As something, as you see yourself in the picturesque spot exactly where it was when you saw it, coming true too accurately. As Sinetis, guys, move!
Ooh.
Sinetis, you go over here to bring back the box with Midnight. As you and your group go to, well, try to find our kin who was supposed to be here, but as you're over here, you find no one. Well, Token, get out of there. You just see the deactivated form of the grinder, but no professor. Midnight kind of shouts out, "Yo! We got your box!" Kind of breathe in some air Sinetis and cough it out a bit. It's getting pretty thick. Happening.
Fucking hate the swamp.
Aw.
Why can't they lose their shit in a more convenient place?
Where? Midnight tries to like walk and search for the professor. But as you see him walk forward here, he walks back and you actually feel a bump behind you. You look to Aurora, who kind of just looks at you with a bit of surprise, like, "Hmm?" And then you see Midnight had bumped into you from here. Hmm? Hey, get out of my way.
Get out of my way. You walked into me.
What? Midnight goes back to where he was, then pops up from back here.
The hell you walking in circles for?
Where's Sinetis in mid? You know that they came back to where that happened, but the fog is thickening. And kind of lose a sense of, can I still see Lila? You can see the general area of each other, yes. You find where everyone is, the students kind of gather a bit and around Lila. I'll go next to them. Something strange is going on, Murdock probably says. Yeah, Murdock. It's a dream. Who died? everyone. The fog is thick. You almost can't see through it anymore. And would scroll help? Do you cast it? Should I?
Yeah.
Now might be a good time, says Murdock.
Do you have the spell prepared as well, just in case?
No, it's a gust of wind. Yeah, it's a gust of wind scroll, so she has that for free at least.
Yeah.
I'll use the scroll. This is a very important direction. This is a very important question, Arleigh. What direction do you blow the wind in? Since you blow a gust of wind towards the direction, and it clears the air there. Where do you point it? Remember the dream? I think I do. Says, oh, that wouldn't be Celeste, that would be Murdock. I think I do. The open box, she says. That's the right. The one-time control wind would be really good. Stella says open box, that's the right. Left or bottom are your choices, which is the broken bridge, and well, just this. I angle it to the broken box, but slightly downwards, like bottom right. Okay, how far does the wind blow? Tell me. That could work. You blow the wind. The sound of rushing air comes billowing forth. As a bit of the fog clears, you are able to get a bit of sight into anything that might come from that direction. And, well, that you do. You see it, even if just for a brief moment. In a glimmering sheen of bronze, burrowing up and down the solid soil. And that is where we'll end this session of Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos. You gain an edge. You are not fully ambushed, but you see them coming, and they're back.